As the world falls away and I can't find a reason, as the world turns to gray, it's killing me unwillingly, and I am just the same as you.
Eric Punches Drake is a very interesting episode since we get to see side characters be a main focus in an episode. Now, to be honest, Craig and Eric, well, I did see them in Season 2, and they might be a part of a major plot in some episodes in Season 2, but for all I know, this is probably one of the only episodes we ever get to see Craig and Eric in a serious plot in an episode of Drake and Josh. Eric accidentally punches Drake in the eye because of a movie they watch about Kung Fu or something. And then, since that Craig was starting to get popularity from this by telling lies, well, it makes Drake like a coward and completely caught Twiggy Puff Parker. Yeah, Drake's life is starting to get really miserable when more people are making fun of him due to Eric's lies. As is Josh's side of the story, he invited Mindy over to watch a movie, and, well, since they're not boyfriend and girlfriend anymore, Josh knows that Mindy is with someone called Chad, who is Mindy's boyfriend, and, of course, he gets jealous. To the point that Josh is really starting to flip out, considering the fact that Chad is telling jokes and how much he's really better. Well, not really in front of Josh, he's just doing it in front of Mindy for the most part. And that's the episode. 2 plots involving jealousy and lies. Now, the Drake and Eric plot, in my opinion, is probably one of my favorites from this episode for several reasons. For one, Drake sometimes makes fun of Eric, and Eric is kind of sick of it, even though what he did was an accident, is getting into popularity. Believe me, nerds. He even says that if he ever calls a girl, he would call the police. The girl would call the police. I'm not kidding. That's what would have happened if Eric would call out a girl. However, he denies that because he doesn't want to be back into the Planet Nerd situation like his friend is Craig. However, Craig, on the other hand, misses the times of him and Eric hanging out as friends. And to be quite honest, it's a really understandable reason onto why Craig is willing to help Drake to get them back together. Because he told Drake that Eric is a pacifist. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's when you cannot fight someone. And Drake decides to take matters into his own hands by having Eric try to punch his other eye. And much of Drake's plan, it really worked out for him because it really exposed the fact that Eric isn't really much of a tough guy. Because when he explains of how he punched Drake, he accidentally punched a girl. Yeah, and that causes him to use his popularity. Kind of funny, but also very dark at the same time, considering the fact that a boy punched a girl. But it was still an accident nonetheless. As is Josh's ending, it's revealed that Chad is actually Mindy's cousin. They were not dating whatsoever. And Josh really misses Mindy as being his girlfriend for the most part. And then they kissed. This writing is way more better than any of the episodes that I'd seen from iCarly and Victorious. Okay, that's probably saying a lot, but at the same time, whenever I'm going to review an iCarly and Victorious episode that involves this kind of situation, you might understand why. Because, well, one of the episodes I'm going to be reviewing soon from iCarly is I Can't Take It. I know Pike I Was might make a review of it soon, but I have a lot to say about in that episode. Believe me, this is the reason why I'm not reviewing all the episodes from the SETI arc. This episode has everything I expect from a Drake and Josh episode. Have perfectly good plots and mix them into an episode that can really work for both plots. The Eric and Drake plot is probably the best I've ever seen, considering the fact that Eric wants some popularity. And as for Josh's plot, well, since they're trying to give more respect to Josh by having him go out with a girl, even though they probably did that in Season 2, you can tell that they're trying to put more development on the love situations he's going through, which is actually kind of cool. and I really like Eric in this episode. Since that he used to be a nerd, well, only for this episode, he wants to do other things like completely get more popularity, since he never had that kind of popularity before, and Drake is the type of person who gets that popularity. Especially Josh gets probably one of the best quotes when it comes to thinking that Chad is really Mindy's girlfriend.
Do you guys have free refills on the ginger ale? Oh, you want some ginger ale, do you? Yeah. Chad can't get enough of this precious ginger ale. Oh, no. I'll tell you what, Chad. Why call up the ginger ale headquarters, have them back up a tanker truck to your mouth so Chad can some ginger ale till there's no more ginger ale for the rest of the Earth's population.
Seriously, these lines just gets better and better every time I rewatch them. Anyway, this episode gets an 8.5 out of 10. A very good episode from a Drake and Josh Season 4 episode. Anyway, there's only 3 more episodes left.